Don't you never ever doubt me again. Step back, step down, I'm the king, the new king in town. You can't stop me now, yeah, the king, the new king in town. Step back, step down, I'm the king, the new king in town. You can't stop me now, yeah, the king, the new king in town.
One of the most anticipated automotive shows of the year, Sema, is canceled for 2020.
Okay, but enough talk.
Hello to all our viewers and welcome to the studio for the first ever Ford Auto Nights. And this one is a SEMA show special, y'all. I'm your host, Jared Deanna. To be quite honest, I've been to over 20 SEMA shows, and I met my now wife at the SEMA show 1999.
I see. You're not aging yourself, are you?
Yes, I am.
And I'm your host, Kelly Edwards, an adventure travel journalist by land, air, and sea, as a multi-rated licensed pilot, outdoorswoman, and advanced open water diver.
Weird flex, but okay, I'll just leave now. So again, together we're gonna take you for a thrilling 60 minutes of smoking hot rides with Ford, covering all things customization and performance, on-road and off.
We may not be able to go to SEMA this year, but we aren't gonna let that stop us. Instead of the bright lights of Las Vegas, we've brought SEMA to Motor City, where it all started.
And this place isn't just cool, it's spectacular. I mean, this is the ultimate garage. It's stocked with tools and accessories and an ocean of space to tackle any project and see some tricked out, jaw-dropping rides from factory fresh to fully customized. Now, it might look like we're standing in a real garage, but check this out. Bam! Crazy, right? This year, we've all been kept at home more than we'd like to be, but with a little movie magic tonight, we can go anywhere we want. I'm talking mountains, lakes, deserts. There's no telling where we'll end up.
So rev up your engines and strap yourself in for 60 minutes of gearhead heaven. Because we're here in the studio, we've gathered the all-new Ford All-Stars.
You'll get up close and personal with the all-new Ford Bronco and its rugged, smaller sibling, the Bronco Sport.
And we have much more than just mud. If you stay tuned, you'll smell the burning rubber and hear the tires screeching when you meet the all-electric Mustang Mach and its speed demon sister, the 1400, a one-of-a-kind creation from Von Gittin Jr.
Plus, we've got the all-new F-150, part of Ford F-Series. It's not just tough, it's built Ford tough.
But we'll do more than just meet the vehicles. We'll also dive into the latest accessories. On-road, off-road, lifted, lowered, roof down, doors off. You'll get the lowdown for customizing your ride. And one more very important highlight, we'll also be revealing our project builds.
Follow me, people. Let's go. Now, these customized project vehicles are not to be missed. A lot of grease, sweat, and tears have gone into these builds over the last few months. So it will be a proud moment when the builders show them off for the first time tonight. The builders got to work on 3 all-new Ford products: the Bronco, Bronco Sport, and F-150. And you'll get to see what they came up with. While we know you're here for our good looks, that's not the only reason to keep watching. We have great offers and exclusive content available only to you throughout the show. For starters, everyone who's tuning in today can download 4 free digital illustrations of latest and greatest vehicles from Ford. These one-of-a-kind, kick-ass illustrations were custom created specifically for today as a digital memento. Just click on the link in the description below to grab those downloads. And keep your phone in hand because we will be displaying QR codes when we reveal our project build vehicles later in the show. The QR codes will take you to exclusive content for these new builds. But wait, that's not all. For those of you who want to grab some parts or accessories today, check out the link in the description for more details. All right. Enough with the talk, right? Down to business. Y'all ready? Let's do this. The obvious place to start is with the long-awaited return of an icon. Our first vehicle of the night disappeared off the face of the earth, or at least off the production line, 25 years ago. Through the sheer don't take no for an answer passion of you, the fans, the Bronco brand is back in 2021 and ready to rumble. I'll kick it over to you, Kelly, to tell us more.
All right, everyone, let's get the Ford Auto Night SEMA show party going. What time is it? It's Bronco time, as you can probably tell from the garage I'm standing in. Pretty cool, huh? So grab your gear and saddle up, folks, because it's about to get all kinds of wild. Let's start by winding the clock back to 1965 to see how this icon was born.
What makes a Bronco a Bronco? When it burst from its stables in 1966, an attitude was born. An unapologetic, mud-splattering, boundary-shattering, category-defining, go-wherever-it-darn-well-please kind of attitude. Capable enough for the harshest terrain, but comfortable and functional as an everyday family vehicle. Bronco's ingenuity changed the off-road landscape and empowered a new era of adventure. Bronco was a true performance car for the off-road, a favorite of police, rangers, ranchers, and all-around thrill seekers. It won races and set records. It starred in movies and television shows. It became a symbol of freedom, a pop culture icon. And then in the 1990s, it disappeared. But while Bronco production may have stopped, it was never forgotten. You can't discontinue an attitude.
What an iconic history. And now the story continues. This summer, Ford revealed the long-awaited return of the Bronco. The all-new Bronco stampedes over the horizon with the same built wild ruggedness, thrilling 4x4 capability, and ready-for-fun attitude that made it an immediate hit 55 years ago. Check it out.
This country has a strange relationship with the wild. As as much as we talk about it, and paint paintings of it, and sing songs about how we're destined to be it, we seem to spend every waking hour in places that keep us away from it. So to get back to the wild, we need something built for it. Something that acts like it's been out here before, because it has. Introducing the return of a legend. The all-new Bronco 2-door, the first ever Bronco 4-door, and the adventure-ready Bronco Sport. Built to get you to all those places you normally only see in nature documentaries. Built for capability, for adventure, for enjoying the open air, on the open road, in the parts of the world without posted speed limits. Because if something is going to be called a Bronco, it better be able to live up to that name. Meet the future of off-roading. The all-new Bronco family.
What a comeback. I want one. Even better, the Bronco has returned in both a 2-door and 4-door version. And if that wasn't enough, it has a new sibling. Next to me here is the Bronco Sport. Let's take a closer look at the newest member of the family because it's just competed in the recent Rebelle Rally. For those who don't know, the Rebelle Rally bills itself as the first women's off-road navigation rally in the United States. Here with me are Jovina and Shelby, who were behind the wheel. Hello, ladies, and welcome to Ford Auto Night's SEMA Show Special. Shelby, you emerged victorious with the Bronco Sport in the X-Cross class. What was it like to add another win to your off-road legacy at the Rebelle Rally?
When we learned that we had earned that first place, we were just over the moon.
And can you tell me a few things about the Bronco Sport that helped you over the course of those 8 grueling days?
We traveled through a lot of different terrain. In the GOAT modes, there's a camera in front of the vehicle, so you get a 180-degree view of what's happening under the nose of the vehicle.
Jovina, Shelby has Bronco racing coursing through her veins, but you're new to the sport. What made you take the first step?
I had never off-roaded before, and I wanted to know firsthand what it's like to be out there and off-road in this vehicle. Doing the Rebelle Rally was a great way to get some of that off-road cred and just get out there.
Shelby, what advice did you give Jovina right before the rally?
That the first year that you are competing in any type of competition, that's your year to learn. Really soak everything in so that you can come back next time and have a full understanding of how it works and be more successful.
Jovina, now that you've had the experience, what advice would you give to someone who was thinking about trying off-roading for the first time?
Yeah, I think when you're off-roading for the first time, one of the best things you can do is actually work with a professional and take a class. That really built the confidence in me so that the next time I actually got out there, I had seen it before. I had done it before. I can almost hear that person chirping in my ear saying, this is what you do in this situation.
Well, Shelby, congratulations on your win. And Jovina, A for effort. I love that you went out and experienced it firsthand for all of us at home who have never had that experience. Thank you so much for both being here.
Thank you.
Now let's take a closer look at the Bronco Sport, the vehicle they were tearing around in.
Here it is, Bronco Sport. It is built wild just like its siblings, so you could say this baby lives up to the family name. This vehicle happens to be a Badlands in a color called Area 51, and this one here is Big Bend in iconic silver. It's packing the iconic proportions and character lines of Bronco, along with a host of family features. Round headlights, you can see the encapsulated grille, plus angled C-pillar nod to the larger Bronco sports bar. The safari-style roof delivers classic off-road style, and check this out. If I open the lift gate, boom, you can see it can pack 2 standing adult bicycles. And thanks to Ford's small SUV architecture, this baby features high-speed off-road drive, up to 7, goes over any type of terrain driving modes from normal to rock crawl, better known as GOAT modes. And the Bronco exclusive HOS system, that is high performance off-road stability suspension system. Once you get where you're going, you can set up camp quickly with available features like the cargo management system, MOLLE straps, a 400-watt inverter, and lift gate floodlights. Before dawn, after dark, no problem. But it doesn't stop there. There are so many more things you could do to make Bronco Sport your own. With a full line of factory-backed accessories, you get more capability, personalization, and style. Let's take a quick look at a few of the accessories we love the most. Our collaborations with companies like Rigid and Yakima will get you geared up for all things outdoors. Off-roading, of course, but also climbing, biking, kayaking, ski and snowboarding, camping, and more. That's where Bronco Sport really excels. This thing is outdoor ready. We got fender flares, we got interior bike racks, we got lighting, including the Rigid 40-inch radiant straight light bar. We got cargo solutions, you name it. The rooftop tent makes the Bronco Sport the go-to for outdoor adventures when you'll be spending your night under the stars. We've all been there, right? The leaky tent, the freezing cold. Ooh, that's not gonna happen here. This rooftop tent is also very easy to pitch. The ladder and all the hardware are included, which means you'll make camping quicker and get onto roasting your marshmallows even sooner, each and every time. And it fits neatly on the roof with the Yakima crossbars. Next up, the roof-mounted kayak carrier from Yakima. We already showed you the interior bike carrier, but also we have the hitch-mounted one out back to give you extra space for the rest of your gear. The Snow Sports rack lets you take it to the snowy slopes for an escape in the winter wilderness. Tempted? Thought so. If you like what you see, hit the link below to check out our accessories page for a whole lot more info. Tonight, we only have a little bit of time to give you a flavor of what's possible, but the point is that whatever your passion, it's gonna be easy to trick out your Bronco Sport to get you and your gear to your favorite trailhead. Oh yeah, I hear you say. And we say heck yeah right back, because guess what? We made one to prove it. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's take a look at our first project vehicle of the night. It is a very special build indeed.
Now Bronco Sport is a brand new vehicle, and for this, the first build of the night, we wanted to do something really special. This build was designed with people like Kyle and Rachel Strait in mind. They're a husband and wife team out of San Diego who are crazy for mountain bike racing. So Ford's designers teamed up with Mach Industries in Arizona to cook up a build that would be an overlander's dream conversion. With us now to tell us more about the vision for this build is Chris Mangum himself. Chris, welcome to the studio.
Thanks, Kelly. I appreciate it.
Tell us a little bit more about your vision for this build.
What you see appearing next to me is the ultimate overland Bronco Sport. The first thing we installed was a lift and level kit with some help from our friends at 4 Wheel Parts. Then we added air design cladding and fender flares just to give it some teeth. We added graphite wheels from 1552 and some BF Goodrich KO2 all-terrain tires to complete the lift in order to tackle more aggressive terrain. On storage, we made sure to include everything you need out on an adventure, like the cargo and racking solutions. Store your gear, bike mount, and daggered kayak on the roof. We also stowed a Hooyman shovel on the top, Ford Performance recovery boards, and a Slim Shady awning by Yakima, so you can set up camp anywhere you go. And for confidence out there, we also tucked a Ford Performance recovery kit by Warren to assist you if you get stuck off-road. And finally, the gem is the 17-foot Boreas all-terrain camper. With a high departure angle, it's built for going off-road and it has more storage to the vehicle for whatever you need out there. This thing can go just about anywhere, through water, over rock, you name it.
So that's the vision. Should we see how Mach Industries did? And shall we find out what Rachel and Kyle thought when we sent them to Arizona to check out the build? Let's take a look.
So my name's Chris with Mach Industries. I've been building project vehicles since I was a kid, having a good time doing it. Our brief for the build was take our concept and then utilize Ford accessories, Ford partners, and wanted something that was targeted for gearing up and doing things. Yeah, I mean, 3 weeks, it's a challenge, but you know, it's fun. That looks good, perfect for that vehicle. They want a little bit higher vehicle off the ground, so we worked to get it lifted up.
The logo was white, but we decided to get these custom painted to match the Area 51 color.
The challenges are just time. You gotta have that mindset that you're gonna get it done no matter what and not panic. All right, you guys, let's put all the gear on them since we're a day away from being done.
I really like these Yakima clips. It'll movement once they're locked in, so no worries.
Nice. All comes down to this. Killed it. Good job, guys. 3 weeks. Get out of here. Well, we're out here in Sedona, Arizona, taking the Bronco Sport out today to put it through some paces and just enjoy this epic scenery. Incredible how this Bronco Sport is taking this trail. Good to see you, Kyle. Hey, Rachel.
What's going on?
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thanks for coming out. Check out the new Bronco Sport.
Awesome. I love the color. I love how they match the interior.
You got like a cooler in the back?
Full-on Air-B, zero fridge in the back. Got the Slim Shady Yakima on the
Oh, yeah,
side.
that thing is clutch when it's hot out.
You know, with the mountain bikers like you guys, kayakers, hikers, it's just a big demographic target for this vehicle.
Come on, babe, let's go. That was awesome.
That's rad.
Pretty gnarly back there. This thing did not even get scared once.
We seem to have been transported from our chilly Detroit all the way down to Arizona. I did say I want to get outdoors, didn't I? Let's take a look at this finished build. What a stunning piece of work, Chris. Congratulations. I want one. And I still just love the trailer. I can just see myself out there. What are you most proud of, and what was the hardest part about this build?
Thanks, Kelly. Well, I'm most proud of the design. It's great to design a vehicle and inspire other people to do the same thing. We get calls all the time from people asking us, how'd I do that, you know? So we tell them it's great to help people out.
Since it's a brand new vehicle, how hard was it working with the Bronco Sport?
It was the first one out, really, that got shipped to somebody. So for us, it's so much fun to work on something no one has ever seen. The toughest part was definitely the lift and level. We just had to get it right for having a trailer on it, and it worked out great.
To all our viewers out there, you might be jonesing, thinking that that special conversion is unattainable, right? Well, not true. Just scan the QR code that is now displaying at the bottom of the screen. You can check out all the Ford products and accessories that Mad Industries used to build this unique Bronco Sport conversion and create one of your own. Check out the link in the description for more details on our accessories. If you can't access the QR code, you can click the link below to unlock this project vehicle so you can check out all of its features and maybe even make one for yourself. Well, that's all for the Bronco Sport. We've been off-road, we're covered in mud, and now we need a long, hot shower. But there's no time because here on Auto Nights, we just don't stop. Next, we go from the 2-track to the racetrack. It's time to talk performance. Over to you, Jared.
Thanks, Kelly. If you've just joined or if you've been with us from the get-go, you're watching Ford Auto Nights SEMA Show Special. Everyone who's tuning in today can download 4 free digital illustrations of the latest and greatest vehicles from Ford, custom created as a memento of the show. Just click on the link below to grab these free downloads. And don't forget to register to join us tomorrow for a deeper dive into some of our project builds tonight. We'll be live with a host of engineers, designers, and drivers. Tomorrow is your chance to log in and ask them any questions you want. But only the first 500 to register in each session will get the opportunity to ask questions live. But don't worry, if you're not in the first 500, you can still tune in to watch the live action. If you register for our deep dive Q&A sessions tomorrow, the first 500 of you who actually tune in to attend will receive a cool sheet of limited edition, specially made Auto Nights SEMA decals in the mail. Still coming up on the show, we have some of the other irresistible stars of the Ford lineup, including big brother to the Bronco Sport, the Bronco, as well as the F-150 and the Mustang Mach-E. So stay tuned and stick with us. Now it's time to change it up here on Ford Auto Nights SEMA Show Special. After the fun we had with the Bronco Sport, you'd better wipe off the mud and zip up your coveralls, cuz we're going racing. Welcome to our performance lab. What do you think? Pretty cool, huh? As you can see, we're here to talk Mustang. Now, this pony inspires unique passion in fans across the world. So we're kicking off this part of the show with a story from someone who knows what to do with a performance machine like Mustang. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Ken Block, and this is my 1967 Ford Mustang notchback, also known as the Unicorn. Ford has built such an iconic name and reputation with the Mustang. It has a history, it has great performance, and over decades they've built this persona with it. I wanted to modernize an older, iconic Ford race car and make it all-wheel drive to drive the way that I like to drive in rally cars and doing gymkhana. Under the hood is a Roush Yates V8 powered by methanol, and all the air is being forced in through 2 Garrett turbos. You'll see some very nice carbon fiber bits, including this beautiful dash. My favorite thing about this car actually is the way that it handles and the way that the power delivery comes on. You don't see 60s cars all-wheel drive with 1,400 horsepower. This car, to me, is one of the most unique race cars in the entire world. I just absolutely love doing what I like to do because it performs so well.
Awesome to hear from the head hoonigan in charge himself, Ken Block. The Unicorn is a true work of art, am I right? It's no surprise that he chose Mustang for his greatest work. The legendary Ford Mustang has captivated auto fans for decades, and rightly so. But 56 years later, there's a new horse in the stable. The all-new, all-electric 2021 Ford Mustang Mach-E. Let's take a look. That is one sweet rocket, and a gorgeous one at that. The car we're looking at here is the Mustang Mach-E GT. Pure, torque-drenched exhilaration with head-turning design, dynamic performance, and forward-looking technology. I hear it's targeting 0 to 60 in the mid 3-second range, which I believe gives it supercar status. And not only is it a feisty little speed demon, I guess I really shouldn't call it little, because the Mustang Mach-E is an SUV, and it rocks like one, with the options for both rear-wheel drive, as you'd expect from a Mustang, but also all-wheel drive, both with torque vectoring for exceptional grip. With the adjustable cargo load floor and 60/40 split-fold flat rear seats, there's more room for your cargo. And the front trunk offers even more space to stash extra gear for a weekend getaway. So now you can bring your partner, your friends, and your stuff with you on the go. The Mustang Mach-E also packs around 300 miles of range with rear-wheel drive and the extended battery range. It also gets better over time, thanks to quick, easy, and wireless over-the-air updates that can be done from anywhere, even your own home, meaning this vehicle will never miss a beat, with zero hassle or downtime. Zero gas and zero emissions. Exhilarating, easy, hassle-free. Welcome to the future of freedom. Now that we've seen the Mustang Mach-E in its full glory, let's go ahead and mess with it a little bit. Kelly, tell us more.
Okay, for all of you at home, this is the part of the show where we leave our sensibilities at the door. I had to phone in a friend for this. In fact, 2. Joining me in the studio are Alex from Ford Performance and a Sema mainstay who needs no introduction, Vaughn Gittin Jr. Ford teamed up with RTR Vehicles to hatch the crazy, awesome, and slightly terrifying Mustang Mach-E 1400, and it is a magnificent machine. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello. Hey, hey.
You guys really took this to the next level. Let me get this right. We're looking at the Mustang Mach-E 1400, where the 1400 is the amount of horsepower. People, let me put it to you this way. If the Mustang Mach-E moves like a rocket ship, this car is like light speed. You know what? Let's make this a little easier to visualize. Alex and Vaughn, can you tell the audience at home a little bit more about this beast?
Sure. To start off, 3 motors are attached to the front differential and 4 are attached to the rear in a pancake style with a single drive shaft connecting them to the differentials, which have a huge range of gearing adjustability to set the car up for everything from drifting to high-speed track racing. It's a pairing of beauty and performance that really pushes the edge of what's possible.
The chassis and powertrain are set up so that we can investigate different layouts and how they affect energy consumption and performance. Drift and track setups have completely different front-end configurations, like control arms and steering, to allow for extreme angles during drifting. In all-wheel drive, power delivery can be split between the front or the rear and completely switched between either one.
It takes a little more than off-the-shelf batteries to power this beast. These are very specialized batteries. The 56.8 kilowatt-hour battery is made up of nickel manganese cobalt pouch cells for ultra-high performance and high discharge rate. The battery system is also designed to be cooled during charging using a dielectric coolant, decreasing the time needed between our runs.
A production-based electronic brake booster is integrated to allow for regenerative braking and ABS, which optimizes performance. Mustang Mach-E 1400 features Brembo brakes like we use in our GT4 Mustang, and a handbrake system designed for drifting, which integrates with the control system, shutting off power to the rear motors. Its aerodynamics are designed to no rulebook, with a focus on cooling, a front splitter, dive planes, and this massive rear wing.
This thing looks amazing. What is it like to drive?
You know, the first time I felt the Mustang Mach-E 1400 at full power, it literally scared me. You know, this thing was built to no rulebook, like Alex just mentioned. That doesn't happen anymore. You know, this puts down 2,300 pounds of downforce at 160 miles an hour. And since we're moving so fast, we've also designed the intakes to cool the electric motors and inverters. See what I mean?
Thanks, guys. And that's our cue to see this thing do its thing. With SEMA canceled, we can't show this baby off at Ford out front, so we decided to have some fun with it right here in the D. Many of you watching at home have already made a reservation for or even ordered the all-new Mustang Mach-E. That means you put some money down. You've got some skin in the game, and we want to show our appreciation. So we picked one lucky reservation holder to come to the studio tonight, jump inside the Mustang Mach-E 1400 with Vaughn, and take it for a spin downtown. All right, everybody, meet Rich. Welcome, Rich.
Hello.
How you feeling tonight? Excited or a little bit nervous?
I've seen him drive. I'm excited. Definitely scared.
Don't worry, Rich. You'll be in safe hands. Vaughn is a legend, and of course, an expert driver. Vaughn, you're gonna take it easy on my man, right?
Absolutely not.
Okay, off you guys go.
Let's do it.
the streets with that one. I hope Rich came back in one piece. That wraps us up on the magnificent all-electric Mustang Mach-E. But there's more to come. And before we move on, let's hear from a very special guest from Ford Motor Company, Dave Parasak.
Hi, I'm Dave Parasak, Director of Icons at Ford. Welcome to my garage. Dave, thank you for keeping the Mustang legend alive. Best, Edsel Ford. We've got signed by Jack Roush, Brad Keselowski helmet. This is a keychain from Ford Rotunda in 1933, the World's Fair. I've got a few Mustangs in my car collection. Each one's got its own story. They all mean something to me. That's why they're in the garage. My whole life has just been messing around with cars, replacing the whole engine and rebuilding it on my first car that I ever owned. I had older brothers, and I'd help them work on their Ford Mavericks. I've worked on go-karts, or even when I work on my Ford Model T. All this I do on my own because that's where I get my enjoyment. We've been enjoying Mustangs now for 56 years. And if we want to do that for 56 more, we're going to have to make sure that we're using the right technology and looking at how we bring Mustang into the future. The Mustang Mach-E is super important to Ford to demonstrate what we can do with electrification, but it's also extremely important to the Mustang brand because it's our future. SEMA, to me, is the Disneyland of the automotive industry. It's where dreams are made and where the impossible becomes possible and people can express themselves any way that they imagine. The cars are the stars at SEMA, and it's the canvas that people use to create and invent. You're experiencing all of this as not a company, not a person, but just enthusiasts together. And we get to share, we get to learn, and that's what SEMA's all about. This year, let's just have fun with this virtual event. Everyone can participate. Thanks a lot. Stay safe.
Thanks, Dave. And don't forget to register to join us tomorrow for a deeper dive into some of our project builds tonight. You can register at the link below to join us live with a host of engineers, designers, and drivers. And the first 500 to register and attend our deep dive Q&A sessions tomorrow will have the chance to receive a cool sheet of limited edition, specially made Auto Nights SEMA decals in the mail. Deck out your toolbox, your laptop, whatever you like. But again, you must actually attend the session tomorrow to receive them.
That's right, Kelly. To all our viewers at home, if you've just joined us, you're watching Auto Nights, our SEMA show special with all the very latest automotive action from Ford. Stay tuned. I'm telling you, still coming up on the show, we have some of the other stars of the Ford lineup, including the latest on the Bronco. So stick around for more mud-splattered action. Rumor has it that Jay Leno might even make an appearance.
Right now, though, it's on with the action. And when the going gets tough, we get built Ford tough.
Whew. Had to run down the stairs there. All this working from home. Time to hit the gym, right? Well, hello again, people, and welcome to our Built Ford Tough garage on Ford Auto Night SEMA Show Special. I'm down here in the basement to talk about trucks, right? But not just any old pickup. I'm talking about the Ford F-150. For decades, F-150 has been the tool people have counted on to get the job done. Well, Ford has done it again. The all-new 2021 F-150 is packed with new features, and it comes at exactly the right time. This is the most productive and most connected F-150 ever. And of course, it remains Built Ford Tough. It has the smarts and the capability our customers need and have come to expect to keep them doing what they do best during work and recreation. Okay, I think we've talked enough. I want to see all this truck in action. Let's take a look at the all-new 2021 F-150.
is the all-new F-150. This thing has been redesigned from bumper to bumper. Every body panel is new. It has a tougher, more planet look, but the headlamps continue that recognizable C-clamp design. You'll know it's an F-150 when it comes at you, morning or night. And folks, this new F-150 features 11 grills across the lineup and 15 different wheels. But that's just the exterior. The interior is packed with features to boost your productivity. There are navigation and entertainment options, of course, but it's also packed with awesome features like the available Pro Trailer Backup Assist, which makes backing up a trailer as easy as turning a knob. It doesn't matter if you're towing a boat or a jet ski, you've got this. Plus, it's the first full-size pickup with standard over-the-air updates, meaning your all-new 2021 F-150 will stay up to date. And check out that interior. The available Max recline seats give you a business-class resting experience in the front, and there's an available work surface that folds out from the center console. And it's still built Ford tough with a military-grade aluminum alloy body and high-strength steel frame. I could go on, but this is a SEMA show, so we want to talk about gearing up and tricking out. I'll turn it over to you, Jared.
Thanks, Kelly. For this build, we teamed up with the folks at BDS Suspension. Located in Coldwater, Michigan, BDS is owned by Fox Shocks, a Ford supplier partner. BDS has over 25 years of suspension experience and works with an established network of dealers across the country. BDS has a track record of delivering high-quality SEMA builds. With me here is Carter Reed. Carter, how's it going?
How's it going?
I mean, this is a SEMA unlike any other, but SEMA is all about the aftermarket, and of course, we want to see your build. This is a dual-purpose truck, so tell us about your masterpiece.
Sure thing, Jared. So the F-150 is designed to be a tool that can help you get the job done, and this truck takes that even further. While the F-150 is available in both gas and diesel options, we opted for the new 3.5-liter Power Boost full hybrid, which unlocks so much potential for both work and recreational use. We also opted for the all-new available Pro Power Onboard system. With Pro Power on board, and because this truck is a hybrid, this truck packs 7.2 kilowatts of power, which blows the average truck's low-draw 110-volt power inverter right out the water. While this truck has plenty of capability right off the lot, we took that capability to the next level with our 4-inch BDS lift system. This package includes Fox Factory Race Series DSC coilovers and shocks able to soak up the roughest terrain. This lift provides enough clearance to fit larger 35 by 1250 Mickey Thompson Baja Boss tires on 20 by 10 Method 304 wheels. This setup offers improved performance as well as extra grip, while increasing ground clearance and giving the truck a few extra styling points. Keeping with this dual-purpose work and recreation theme, this truck has a ton of storage for carrying all of your gear. And this build, we took that to the next level. Up top, we went with a Yakima overhaul bed rack and accessory mounts. This gave us plenty of payload to stow gear up top and adds extra storage for storage packs, Slim Shady awning, and LED lighting. We opted for a few key lighting additions to complement the truck without going overboard. Up front, you'll find a Putco Illuminix Ford emblem on the grille, along with a set of rigid DSS series pod lights for trail visibility. In the back, we added rack lights for job and campsite visibility, along with some underbody LEDs that look great, but also come in handy if you ever drop a tool underneath the truck.
That sounds pretty cool. So let's see what you and the team did.
BDS as a whole has been in business for 25 years. We've got a ton of professionals that are really into customizing vehicles. On this project, we knew we wanted to work with the new F-150. We knew we wanted to work with a hybrid because that's something new, that's something cool, and something different. The objective with this build, it wasn't to go over the top. We really wanted to key in on what people use their truck for. They use it for work, they use it for play, they want to get out there and go on an adventure. We've been working with Ford for a number of years, and it's really cool to work with a company that has the same mindset that you do, to show what a vehicle can be and what custom features you can add to it. 2020 is one heck of a year. Threw a ton of curveballs at us. Tight timeline for one, to get parts, back orders and stuff like that. So actually physically sourcing the parts was a challenge this year. The deck system is an awesome feature. It gives you a ton of payload up top and those storage drawers so you can pull them out and actually put stuff in there, and it keeps them nice and dry. There was a lot of unknowns and worry, and then at the same time, it all comes together. It's an awesome build that we can hang our hat on and be excited about. result of this truck is something really cool, really custom. This vision that we had at the beginning actually came together. This truck is right at home, whether it's for work, whether it's for play, whether you're hauling kids to soccer practice or doing your daily commute or whatever it ends up being. This truck is an accessible truck, and ultimately it's really designed for the person that wants to do it all.
Welcome to our house on the lake, people. You can see it's still under construction, but thanks to this F-150, I'm sure it won't be long before it's completed. And check it out, Carter, the all-new F-150 hybrid work and play with Pro Power on board. Carter, your gang did a really great job. So if you would, give us a tour of this dream machine.
Definitely. It's so cool to see this truck in action. So up front, the truck has these awesome factory headlights, but we also tied in the Putco emblem, lights up. It's just a cool feature to accent the front of this truck. We wanted to tie in the satin throughout the truck because it has it on the emblems and stuff like that. So that ties into the front fascia, which ties into the front skid plate that we offered, as well as from there it goes into the suspension.
Yeah.
So this is the BDS, this is the 4-inch lift system that we talked about earlier. It's got the Fox 2.5 series coilovers with the DSC adjustable reservoir. It's a cool trick feature to really dial in the suspension to how you need it. That allows clearance for these 35-inch Mickey Thompson Baja Boss tires on 20x10 method wheels.
You can't ignore just all the fun toys back here. You got the bicycle, you got the stand-up paddleboard, even a little mount here on this Yakima rack system. What else do you have affixed here?
We got everything from the Yakima rack that is adjustable so you can dial it in for whatever height you need. We have the awning, which gives you awesome shade coverage, or if say it's raining, it keeps you out of the elements. These Rotopacks, it's a really cool feature. Most people know Rotopacks. You see them on the Overland builds. They're used for fuel storage or water storage. These are actually a storage pack, so you can open them up and actually have a ton of storage inside for your gear, your tools, whatever you end up needing. It's there for you.
Again, congratulations to you and your team. Thank you so much for your time, Carter.
Definitely.
All right, to everybody out there, you're thinking that this special conversion is a one of a kind, right? Well, not true. Just scan the QR code that is now displaying at the bottom of the screen to see what went into this F-150 project build. You can also click on the link below. Want to hear even more about the build? Join us tomorrow for a deeper dive on this F-150 project build and all of the Sema custom builds you've seen tonight. Register at the link below, and you're gonna want to get a move on because space is limited. It's been great to hear how upfitting your F-150 can help you get the job done. But truck modifications can also be about style and speed and power. Trucks have been lifted, lowered, tuned, and tricked out for decades. So let's introduce you to two special guests who come from the more exotic side of truck customization.
I am Haley Deegan, and I am a NASCAR Ford Performance Development Driver.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Jimmy Allen. I'm standing in front of my Ford F-150.
The word truck means to me durability, toughness.
From a young age, I was like, man, my dream car is a Ford F-150.
So when I'm not behind the wheel of a race car, I am either driving my dad's Tremor that he has, I am either driving my Mustang GT350, which I absolutely love.
Everything I do, I like to find a way to make it my own, whether it's a truck, or whether it's my recording process, my songwriting process, my show.
I love driving trucks because you just feel like so tough. It just shows kind of like a mean look, and that's what I like.
So we got the 22-inch Rockstar tires. I got a 6-inch lift kit on it. The whole truck's the blackout package.
I think what makes the truck so distinct compared to any of the other vehicles in the NASCAR series, the aero in them is a lot more sensitive, and they drive and handle, I feel like, a lot differently.
So I have a lot of people in my life that are super special, but with my first F-150, there are two people I wanted to honor in this truck. In the yellow stitch, we got my son Aiden's name, and in the passenger side headrest, we have my grandma Betty's. I was able to continue the family legacy with my grandfather and my father owning Ford F-150s. Now I got one. My son's gonna have one.
There's guys that have been racing the truck series longer than I've been alive, and so it's really hard to be experienced like that, but it's gonna be a challenge, and I'm excited for it.
And we're out of here. Built Ford tough.
We wish Haley all the best on her rookie season. I want to go truck racing, and I want a truck like Jimmy's. I mean, maybe we could combine the two? Who knows?
Before we move on to the last part of our show, where we will be featuring the new Bronco, we have one more slice of built Ford Tough to show you. Meet the all-new 2021 Ranger Trimmer Project Build, outfitted by Ford Vehicles Personalization Team. This truck enables even the most adventurous of lifestyles. They use the all-new Ranger Trimmer as a starting point to create the ideal mid-size overlanding rig.
Now, this thing is incredible, right? Right out of the factory. But there's a whole range of Ford accessories and Ford performance parts available, so you can customize it from rolling to the most remote trailheads to carrying a mountain bike, a kayak, and all the gear needed for a day of thrills and chills. The new Ranger Trimmer off-road package includes new 17-inch magnetic painted alloy wheels, off-road tuned Fox 2.0 shocks, rear tow hooks, bigger tires, and auxiliary switches, just to name a few, which means you can accessorize like crazy.
Folks, if you want to know more about this vehicle, just scan the QR code that is now displaying at the bottom of the screen. For those of you who want to grab some parts or accessories today, check out the link in the description for more details. If you can't scan the code, there's also a link below. Both will unlock this project vehicle for you, so you can check out all of its features and maybe even make one for yourself.
And don't forget, click the link below where you can register to join us tomorrow for a deeper dive into some of these project builds. We will be live with a host of engineers, designers, and drivers. The first 500 to register in each session will get the opportunity to ask live questions. But don't worry, if you're not in the first 500, you can still tune in to watch the live action. The first 500 to register and attend our deep dive Q&A sessions tomorrow will receive a cool sheet of limited edition, specially made Auto Nights Sema decals in the mail. Again, you must actually attend a session tomorrow to receive them. So sign up and show up with your burning questions in hand. All right, off we go in our final chapter. Strap in because we're about to get buck wild here on Ford Auto Nights SEMA Show Special. At the start of the evening, we met the Bronco Sport, which gets you to the adventure. Next up is its sibling, the Bronco, which is the adventure. Before we dive in, let's hear from a couple of Bronco enthusiasts why people are going so bananas for this vehicle.
You know, Ford is great at creating a need and then filling it. The two best examples, the Mustang and the Bronco. This is the new Bronco, and people just going crazy over this thing.
I'm Teresa Contreras of LGE CTS Motorsports, and sitting here right behind me is my 1968 Ford Bronco. I pretty much grew up in the back of a Bronco. I literally have pictures of myself 2-3 years old, hanging out, working on cars with my parents. I always say it's this like fearless spirit that you feel like when you're in a Bronco, you can pretty much go anywhere.
You know, prior to the Bronco, when people wanted to go off-roading, nothing like this really existed. Then an African-American gentleman named McKinley Thompson Jr., he was the designer of the Bronco. And he came out with a car that had 6-cylinder, 3 on the tree. It had a radio, it had a rear view mirror, it had a top, it had roll-up windows. These things didn't really exist in that market before. So in a sense, it was kind of like the first luxury off-road vehicle.
So it's pretty cool when you get a phone call from Ford and they ask you to work on someone's vehicle like Jay Leno. It was cool sitting down with Jay and really hearing what he wanted to do, because you're building a vehicle for a person. And so you really want to hear what inspires them, why they wanted to do it.
We put that Shelby GT500 motor in it, the 760 horsepower engine, which it's a little overkill, but it's really fantastic.
He was excited about the build. He gave us direction and he said, do what you do. I think he liked it.
Okay, enough talk. Let's take a look at the Bronco in action. Check it out.
Welcome back for the fourth and final chapter in our show, and in my humble opinion, the headline act. We stand here with the all-new 2021 Bronco, brought back to life on its 55th anniversary this past August. To get the lowdown on this beautiful beast, please welcome Jeff from the Bronco team. Hi, Jeff. Welcome to our SEMA Show Special. How's it going?
It is going great, Kelly. I am really excited to be here.
So Jeff, I hear you're going to tell us more about one of the things that makes Bronco so special.
That's right, Kelly. I'm going to talk about something that sets this vehicle apart. It's mind-blowing modularity.
Okay, Jeff, why don't you explain to our viewers at home what you mean when you say modularity?
Sure thing, Kelly. This vehicle was designed to be modular. That means that all of these parts around me can be easily removed, replaced, or swapped out. It is the ultimate invitation to the customization community, whether you're a seasoned pro or you're just getting started. Let's rewind back and dig into some of the basics, removing the doors and the roof. This is a hallmark of the 1966 model and wouldn't be a Bronco without it. Not only do these come off easily, but the front panels can also be stored in the trunk. We wanted owners to be able to make the decision out on the road no matter what the weather throws at them. But it goes way beyond the doors and the roof. Bronco has been designed to give drivers total control over their vehicle's components. Now let's dig a little deeper. We designed Bronco to be modular in 3 major areas: the front fenders, and the rear quarters. On the front, the grille architecture is pretty unique. You can wake up one Saturday morning and decide you want to give your Bronco a new face, and you can change it from one design to the next by yourself with hand tools. You also have total control over what you want out of the modularity. You could attach a new grille to increase airflow and better cool the engine, or you could just pick a new one because you like the way it looks. Either way, you can make modularity your own. And with the modular front bumper, you can take the end caps on and off to provide more off-road clearance. The front fenders and the fender flares are 2 separate pieces, so they can be individually customized. And it's quick to remove the flares. Whether you're prepping for a trail crawl and adventure, or you just want to change the look of your vehicle. The side steps and rock sliders are easy to remove, and changing between them is simple. They use the same attachment strategy. If you have side steps, but need the rock sliders for an off-road adventure, it is a piece of cake to swap. In the rear, quarter panels can be replaced with different ones that have wider wheel arches. You see, it doesn't really matter if the front fenders are modular, but if you can't change the wheel arch shape in the rear, you just have a funky looking ride. And it's a snap to do. Ours are bolt-on. The competition is a re-weld. Other vehicles require a plasma torch and a welder. This can be done with a hand wrench.
All right, we've taken a look at the possibilities. Let's take it even a step further and see how far we can push the brand new Bronco. Jeff, why don't you tell the people at home what's the story here?
By all means. Bronco's modularity means your customization options are almost limitless. There is a full line of factory-backed accessories for more off-road capability, personalization, and style. The tube doors are maybe the most exciting accessory. The 4-door kit allows you to get the most out of your off-road adventures with an open-air experience. The removable fender flare kit gives you more options to suit your needs. Fender flares are available in 3 styles: Havoc with the more aggressive styling, as well as Extend a Fender and a pocket style. The fender flares are removable, and it isn't just for style. You can pop them off on the fly so you can navigate tighter trails. Now let's take a look at the shoes on this horse. We can swap these out with larger tires and beadlock capable wheels. You can go from a 16-inch to an 18-inch wheel, and this is amazing, from a 255 millimeter wide tire to a 315 millimeter wide tire. So it doesn't take much to go from a base Bronco to a badass off-road desert runner. If you need an extra hand, the winch is there to get you out of a pinch. It attaches to the modular front bumper with a winch mounting kit. When it comes to the bumper, wherever you see bolts, you can customize. I'm talking safari bar, dune flags, additional shields, lights, GoPros, and so much more. Imagination, welcome. You can also light up your Bronco with the mirror-mounted off-road light kit or cube lights. This is like being a kid in a candy store.
Thanks, Jeff. It's awesome to see the potential for Bronco customers here in the studio. But the Bronco team wanted to prove it for real, to show how easy this could be done. So they took the Bronco into the shop last weekend for a couple of hours and went to work. Folks, it's time for the final project build of the night. Let's take a look.
Here we are, gang, out in the desert in California. And here is our Bronco project build. Please welcome a special guest from Ford Design, Ryan Olson. Ryan, how's it going, man?
Doing great, guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, of course, man. I'm really excited. I have a deposit down on a Bronco, 4-door, not 2-door. Talk about just the history of how Bronco came to be here in 2021.
Since the 60s, kind of, the original Broncos, the whole story has been about modularity, right? And the 2021 should be no different. Throughout the development of the vehicle from day one, from the bottom of the company to the top of the company, modularity has been on a little Post-it note and on everyone's monitor, and that's just kind of been the ethos of the vehicle. And what that does is it allows these customers to make the vehicle exactly the way they want it, right? Broncos, just like the customers that drive them, there shouldn't be any two that are the same, right? So everything's a little bit different. So this particular theme we've been itching to get out since day one. It's kind of designed around a person who wants to Monday through Friday daily drive their Bronco and then skip out of work a couple hours early on Friday and let it rip on the weekends. So what's one of the unique things about this is that it's 100% reversible, right? With that modularity. So you can take your daily driver and convert it to this and bring it right back. You don't have to cut, weld, use tape or anything like that, right? And the things you're going to notice, I mean, obviously right off the bat is these radically narrow fenders, right? You don't have the fender flares. And they're made out of lightweight, impact-resistant materials. So what you can really do is you can bolt these on Friday, and then you can leave your pretty fenders at home. Just like the original Bronco Roadsters, we've got the cut-down door. Two reasons for that. One is looks awesome.
Yeah.
Two is you can see your wheels when you're actually in an off-road situation, right? Yeah, much easier to get out and look and see what you're about to not hit, right? So you also see these enlarged trail sights, right? These are 3D printed titanium.
Wow.
So incredibly light, incredibly strong. We've done the same thing with the interior grab handles, as you can see on this side here. And even the center console grab handle, that third point of contact for the customer, that's 3D printed titanium as well. And included in there are some really cleverly hidden tools for when you're out on the trail, right? So everything you need is in the vehicle for you. And then, like you said, come Sunday night, you can set it back to your showroom vehicle.
Thank you so much, Ryan. This thing looks epic. I love it. And again, I know all the fans of Sema are just chomping at the bit to get theirs. But would it be very Bronco of us to just talk about how good the Bronco looks without getting our hands dirty, would it? So we picked 4 lucky reservation holders to join Kelly out at a local off-road spot where we put Bronco through its paces, no pun intended, for our personal off-rodeo event. Safe to say, we gave them a good time and taught them some new tricks along the way, and definitely gave them a taste of what it will be like when they take charge of their vehicles. How about it? Want to see what happened? Let's send it.
I'm Kelly Edwards, and I'm here on the scene at Holly Oaks ORV Park. We've picked 4 lucky customers to join us here to put the Bronco through its paces. What they didn't know is that we'd also be testing their off-road and co-piloting skills. So let's introduce you to your driver. 5-time Ultra 4 champion and 2-time King of the Hammers winner. That's right, it's Lauren Healy.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really, really excited to be here and looking forward to ripping up the course a little bit.
All right, let's go.
Here's your course map. You gotta tell me where we're going, all right? Okay.
Oh, no, wait.
To the right, good job, good job. Looks like it goes to the left. All right. Up? Up, all right, let's go up. Wait, up. Hey, you ready for some water crossing?
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Demonstrate right to the left.
I have a feeling this thing is not going to be as clean when we get back.
Ooh, yeah, there we go. Where you going? Keep talking, everybody. Where are we headed?
All right, yes, up the hill.
Up the hill, let's do it.
You got to teach me how to drive like this. Was it everything you expected?
Oh, everything and more. It was just incredible. This is my first time doing anything like this.
How was your ride?
It was great. It was fast. It was incredible. It was amazing. The Bronco is just great out there. It handles fantastic. It's definitely in a league of its own.
How do you think this experience measured up to you being a new Bronco owner?
I think it's going to be a lot harder waiting till next summer.
Amazing to see the Bronco in its natural habitat out there. And, of course, hilarious to see the reaction of the passengers with Lorne at the wheel. He's a very capable driver. I know that was a ride they won't soon forget, Kelly.
Not at all. For folks at home, now you know how we reserve special treatment for our reservation holders. So if you want to place a reservation, just visit the Bronco page on Ford.com to find out more.
Guess what? Right now, as you're watching this show, the Bronco is back in the desert, racing at the Baja 1000.
Indeed, and our very own Shelby, who you met earlier in the show, is back behind the wheel of the Bronco R for this most epic of long-distance races. We caught up with the team while they were preparing for the race. Take a look.
Hey, what's up everybody? Shelby Hall here.
I'm Jason Scher, and we're in beautiful San Felipe, Baja, California.
We have spent the last year working so hard to dial everything in.
I cannot tell you how excited I am to be part of the Ford team for 2020 to take on this enormous challenge of the Baja 1000.
Baja is the toughest off-road race that there is.
Pumped that we got four-wheel drive because there are rocks and whoops and sandy hills that are going to be a challenge to get through this whole course.
At the end of the day, it's man, machine versus the desert.
Follow along. Thanks for all your support. We'll see you guys at the finish line.
Let's have some fun.
Awesome, truly awesome. Good luck to Shelby and the team. Well, that's all for the moment, but there's more coming from Ford. So while we're done for the evening, keep your eyes open for more news ahead. We hope you've enjoyed seeing these epic rides as much as we have. Thanks and congratulations to all our builders for the work that's gone into these awesome creations. And thanks to everyone for tuning into Ford Auto Night's SEMA Show Special. If you want to know more about any of the vehicles featured tonight, just click the link below, which will take you to our Auto Nights page with all the relevant info. It's all there. Just scroll down and you can watch all this again on demand if you missed anything early on.
And it doesn't stop tonight. We're back tomorrow with something slightly different. Not only is it live, it's also interactive. That's right, we're going to be live throughout the day with a series of interactive Q&A sessions featuring these vehicles and a bunch of great drivers, engineers, and builders. We'll be kicking the tires, lifting the hoods, and peeking under the metal to dissect these vehicles from top to bottom. Only the first 500 to register in each session will get the opportunity to ask live questions. But don't worry, if you're not in the first 500, you can still tune in to watch the live action. So don't wait, sign up today, and we'll see you there.
So that's it for now. Thanks for joining us at the Ford Auto Nights SEMA Show Special.